Welcome back to an introduction to Heroclix. This series of videos will give you everything you need to know about the game of Heroclix and show you what truly makes it such a great game. In our last video, we took a look at the types of terrain, using objects, special dice effects, and action tokens. And now that we've covered most of the rules of the game, it's time to see it in action. So each player picks their favorite between Superman and Lex Luthor, and then rolls the dice to see who goes first. The first player places their team in their chosen starting area, followed by the second player on the opposite side of the map. And then each player has the option of placing objects on the map. And our game begins in the battle between the arch foes, Superman and Lex Luthor. Luthor makes his first move, taking cover in hindering terrain, followed by Superman, who picks up an object as he passes it and coming into base-to-base contact with Lex Luthor. Luthor's powers are strongest at a distance, and he knows he needs to move away, so he takes a chance and rolls breakaway. When your character is in base-to-base contact with your opponent's character, you must roll breakaway to give your character any type of move action. If you roll a 4, 5, or 6, you may continue with your action. But if you roll anything else, you forfeit your action. And when he succeeds, he uses running shot to reposition. But his luck doesn't run out due to probability control. And he deals 2 damage to Superman, bypassing his invulnerability. But Lex Luthor still takes a click of damage for pushing. And now that he has Outwit showing, Lex Luthor uses it on Superman's super strength, forcing him to drop his weapon. Superman pushes to charge and hits Lex Luthor for 2 damage, but Superman doesn't take any pushing damage due to Indomitable. And when Lex Luthor's dial is no longer showing Outwit, Superman gains his super strength back. Lex Luthor now wants to use his new power, Sidestep, to do a free move action, but he must first roll Breakaway. When he succeeds, he moves 2 squares as a free action, and since he has not been given any action tokens this turn, he removes both of his tokens. And on Superman's turn, there's nothing to be done but remove both his action tokens and pass his turn to Lex Luthor. And so Lex Luthor starts by using Sidestep to do a free move action. And then he attacks. Lex Luthor uses his power Close Combat Expert in the attack, and chooses to add 2 to his attack and rolls, landing his hit on Superman. Luthor deals 2 damage to Superman, and because Superman has toughness, he receives 1 less damage, taking 1 click. Superman is really starting to feel the pain from Lex Luthor's attacks, but he presses on and takes a swing at him. Superman's attack hits, but Lex Luthor has a new defense power called Impervious. Impervious works like invulnerability and reduces damage by 2, but has the added protection that first you roll a die. If you roll a 5 or 6, the damage is reduced to nothing. And Luthor fails to roll a 5 or 6, so Superman deals 3 damage, but Lex Luthor reduces the damage by 2 and takes 1 click of damage. Lex Luthor's head is ringed from that last blow, but he feels he needs to push and hit Superman again. Lex tries to roll Breakaway for Sidestep and succeeds. When he does his free move action, he picks up a light object using his super strength, and then he attacks Superman. The light object adds 1 to Lex Luthor's damage, and he adds 2 to his attack value using Close Combat Expert. And when he rolls, he succeeds in hitting Superman and does 3 damage, but Superman's toughness reduces the damage to 2. But Luthor takes a click of pushing damage after the attack is resolved, and it seems he may have overestimated the length of his dial. Superman sees an opening, and he knows he needs to hit Luthor hard now and finish the game before Luthor can put some distance between them. So Superman uses his new power, Flurry. Flurry allows a character to make 2 attacks in a single turn. So Superman makes his first attack and succeeds, but Lex Luthor now has probability control and forces a reroll. And Superman ends up failing his first attack, but Superman still has his second attack. And he rolls good to hit. Luthor takes 2 damage and he's KO'd. Superman wins the day. Now Superman won our battle between the arch rivals, but the battle could have gone either way. With more Heroclix to collect and play in battle, anything can happen. Look for exciting new releases and exclusive organized play events on Heroclix.com or your local game store. See you next time and enjoy the game.